We are driving along this road full of curves, and we are now going to the fishing village that is nearby in the valley here. Actually, we are going to descend this road. This is a hillside road, and the fishing village is by the shore of the Indian Ocean, and we are on the small island now in Southeast Asia, and we're going to see what kind of boats the locals are using for fishing here in this part of the world, and they are quite colorful, so we're going to learn something about how this looks like. And also today I was going to share a little about my language learning experience, so traveling all over the world and learning languages. So this was going to be the focus on today's video. So looking forward to sharing with you a little about this. So to start with, I would say when I was in school, I already started learning several languages. For instance, in high school I studied a little Russian and German, and then as a teenager I started to travel all around Europe, America, and many countries. And I also went So when I was in high school, I also started to work. I had different work in international restaurants, in libraries, where I had an opportunity to talk in different languages, and this is how I developed my skill to use languages like English, German, Swedish, and even Danish. I also worked in Denmark for a short time when I was a teenager, and I also went to international schools in different countries. So this is how I got started, but I was always interested in learning languages. Since I was a kid, my dream was to become an explorer and traveling all the world and learning languages, and also getting familiar with cultures and the way people think, and geography, history. So all this was my kind of hobbies since I was a very young teenager. And then I also traveled all around Latin America, and I brushed up my knowledge about languages like Spanish, Portuguese, French, traveling in countries like Brazil, Ecuador, Peru, Argentina. And I also worked in many different places. And I was also teaching languages, and I took part of language interchange. So this is something that helps to brush up on your fluency, because you get exposure and you can get to know how the language works in practice. So I didn't focus too much about grammar, but I had like a notebook and a dictionary. Those were my main tools, and then I wrote the words, all the new words, and then I put them together. And when my grammar was not very proper, then I asked the local people, the native speakers, how to fix my grammar, and then I wrote the correct version in my notebook. And in this way I was able to pick up the languages in just less than a couple of months. I remember one language I was learning about 1 month, Portuguese. And Danish I learned in just a few weeks when I worked in Denmark. And then I noticed that the secret to learn languages focus on those languages which are similar, like Portuguese, Spanish and French and Italian. They have so much common vocabulary. So this helps me also it helped me to improve in the beginning. And after that, I also traveled all around Southeast Asia. I worked like in different countries as a freelancer, and I also did translations, and I worked on computer language exchange programs, and also recently when they had the global pandemic, then the online language exchange was very helpful to brush up on many languages. So in this way I also learned Asian language like Japanese, Chinese, and I also brushing up on my Cantonese. So then I also learned language like related to Indonesian, Malay language, and Thailand, in Laos, Vietnam, and so on. So that's why my lifestyle is built on traveling around the world and learning new cultures. And in this way you never get bored because you enjoy it. And when you enjoy something, it helps you to remember, like new languages and any hobby that is relating to this. So this is another thing that I wanted to share about this. So now we are approaching the fishing village. So we're going to have a look how the local fishing boats work here in the Indian Ocean on this small island. Here we can see fishing boats, and we have quite a lot here. They are quite colorful. So this is like a little inlet from the ocean, like a little kind of river, and we can see how the fishing boats look like. They are usually made of wood, and they have like nets, fishing equipment. So it's quite interesting.